And hello, everybody. It is the last show of the year, and at least I had my cue right this time. Ace is saying hi to everybody. Can you're on the camera, dude. You're all over the world. Can you see that? And it is, of course, live from London with the Cruise Amigos. Look at our big fancy. What have we got today? Is it bread pudding? Is it rice? Is it something from
It's Christmas pudding.
Christmas pudding? Well, all right. So let's oh, kitty, not on my face. Let's get to Pete here, and see what it is that Pete has got in there. What have you got, Cruz Amigo Pete? What is in Christmas pudding in the motherland?
I have absolutely no idea because it came from the supermarket.
So it's just Christmas pudding.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
From Asda, by the way, yeah.
Funny.
With brandy custard, of course.
Oh, well, but of course, a little brandy custard.
Now, so everybody will know.
Yes.
Cruz Amigo Pete has special lighting on today, so all you guys can see all his damn hair.
Yeah, he's making a claim.
He's now the hairiest of the three of us.
Wait a minute, where do you get that from?
Because I got no hair anymore.
Yeah, but how does that move him into first place?
Well, because you ain't got much. You're a little thin up there anyway, but
What are you talking about?
Okay, so he's second.
All right.
Uh-oh. He's drinking something weird.
What does it look like?
That's not scotch.
Is it one of those trick glasses where you can turn it upside down and it goes empty?
I really don't want to do that live.
But
What does it look like?
Emily's with us. Hello, Emily. Jackie's with us. Hey, Jackie. Ian's here. He says, good evening, everybody. So Ian's with us. Yeah, today was to get rid of, to lose all my hair day. So I'm now bald.
So we've heard the phrase a bad hair day. Would that be correct for you? It's a bad hair day?
This is a really bad hair day.
Pete might have had a bad hair day, but now Chili's having a bad hair day.
Oh, yeah.
I, on the other hand, am having a beautiful hair day.
You're just lovely.
Gretchen thinks I'm drinking cider. No, I'm not. Nikki's on about it being brandy butter.
Emily wants to know what Pete's drinking. It's no telling with Pete. On the other hand, mine is normal. They won't let me have my bourbon anymore. I'm barred.
Okay, but do they have a camera in your house?
A camera?
Yeah. Do they have a camera in your house?
Probably.
You guys carry on. I'm busy eating my Christmas pudding with brandy butter.
But seriously, I mean, they don't have a camera in your bathroom. Is there not a closet in your bathroom?
Yeah, I don't want to mix it, though. Not with all the crap I got to take.
You're good. You're being a good boy, and that's
yes, I am.
But 20 years from now, when you're on your deathbed, you did get the cue there, right?
I hope I make it 20. I'll be tickled pink to make it 20 years, John.
20 years from now, when you're on your deathbed.
Put up with you two clowns for 20 years, I'd be thrilled.
I'm going to ask you, all right, are you happy now you didn't drink that little shot of bourbon back there 20 years ago? Was it worth it?
No.
It kind of looks like a sample, doesn't it?
It looks like when I'm at the doctor's office and I give him a sample. Yeah.
And he's going to drink it. That one was about 4 feet over Pete's head.
What's the temperature?
Sonny's here. Nikki's here. Hi,
Hey.
Nikki and Sonny.
Hi, you guys.
Ian says, best friend had cancer at 17, and he asked me to shave off his hair before it started falling out. You need to be strong and do it. Well done. See, okay, folks.
There. I'm twins.
It started last night. Actually started yesterday. My hair started hurting yesterday. Literally. I could feel my hair everywhere. And it was uncomfortable. And during the night, it started coming out in clumps. And I said, that's it, dude. I'll just get it over with. So Katie's with us. Hey, Katie.
I'm just
Sonny
going down
thinks
the
it's
list here
apple
because we want We want everybody on the line.
He's got a light shining out of that thing he put on his head.
Yeah, so I can see. I can see what I'm doing with my pudding. Nobody knows what I'm drinking. I can't believe it.
Okay. Oh, I think we know. We just don't. Okay. Yes.
I think whatever it is, he started about 6 hours ago.
Well, I've got the bottle next to me, so I'll see if anyone figures it out.
The bottle.
Could you turn the light off, Pete? You're blinding all the cameras.
That one.
Yeah.
It doesn't come off. How's that?
Oh, that's much better.
Pull the hood down a little bit more. A little more. There we go. Now turn it back on.
Is that an improvement? Oh, dear.
Oh, everybody, thank you for joining the cruise, amigos. We're going to take just a minute here and do our support a port pitch for y'all. We just hope that, and I don't, because although the show is live from London today, the technology is coming out of Minnesota, and I do not have all of the little bric-a-brac and click-throughs and graphic images. But we hope that you will drop by supportaport.com. That is our particularly chosen charity that we have created, that we are trying to raise money, of course, because all of the ports all over the world, because of the cruise ship, I was going to say crap. Can I say that word? That's going on.
Sure.
And it doesn't look like it's going to change quickly, in my humble opinion, for the cruise ship industry. And I don't know what's right. This is not a complaint, but it is a reality that family after family after family is really having trouble right now, because whether they were dock workers or vegetable delivery people or the people that take the garbage away from the ship, whatever it is that they do in the ports, or they run the little stands where you can get a pina colada when you walk off the ship as you're going into town, or you can buy the jewelry that our friend Melissa sells now on the internet, trying to support those people. Whatever it might be, they're out of work. It just stopped dead. And you know, most of those people, different than those of us in the United States, have no access to health care, and they certainly don't have health insurance. So we're trying to do our part to get a few bucks over there, and you can pick your port, and whenever we get it up to 3 digits, we send it to that port. And you saw what we did in Whittier here. We got $300 and some, both in presents to some of the kids of families that we identified as being in need, and also to the food bank there, to buy the things that people don't get donated to the food bank. People don't donate things like salt. And believe it or not, you know, they got to get salt out to the families, and just basic things like that. This is Ace, by the way. He's one of our biggest donators. He has given up his tuna once a day. He only gets tuna once a day instead of twice now, going to the food bank. Good of you, Ace. That's really good. Supportaport.com. We hope you'll go there and visit and share as you can. All righty.
Absolutely. Just to let you know, Jack's here, obviously. There's a few. Tyler's here. Hi, Tyler. I represented the Cruise Amigos on the Tyler Show's cruise quiz today. Just to let you know that, guys.
Thank you.
And I won, didn't I, Tyler?
What did you win?
I came first. I was number 1.
What did you win?
I didn't actually win, to be honest with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sad to say. What was the contest?
It was a cruise quiz, talking about cruise trivia.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of the questions, Tyler, were about Carnival. I've never cruised with Carnival, but that Chile has. So Chile would have been those. But there was one Norwegian cruise line question. And, of course, I'm a big Norwegian boy, like you are, John. And I got that wrong. Oh, dear. But Jack's right about the Christmas pudding, by the way. He's on about it being a rich British dessert served on Christmas Day, even though it's not Christmas Day. It's also known as plum pudding or Christmas pud.
Oh,
it's made from dry fruit, soy.
Plum pudding. Okay.
Yeah. And it's delicious, Jack, by the way. I highly recommend it.
Did it originally come in like a Muslim sack, like a bag? Is that how it's cooked in the old days?
In the old days, steamed. It'd have been steamed,
steamed in like a Muslim bag to keep it all together till it's
that's correct.
Yeah, okay.
But I've done it traditionally. Yeah,
sure.
I put it in the microwave.
Oh, you're not making a religious comment. You're talking about a pastry thing.
A Muslim bag. Muslim is a certain kind of cloth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which they also, the Muslim religious people use as a fabric that they wear. It's a very the cloth is, you can see right through it. It just barely holds, like when you're cooking with food and stuff, you use it to hold things together that would otherwise kind of fall apart. And it's cotton. It's made of pure 100% cotton, so it doesn't add or subtract anything to whatever you're cooking. And usually at the end you can just peel it off. It doesn't press into the food or anything. Yeah, Muslim cloth. You can buy it at any of the finer cooking supply stores.
Yeah, which I don't go to. But a Margaret, see, it's not wine. It might look like a glass of wine, but it's not wine as such. Good try.
Okay, so it's not wine and it's not apple. Is that right? There's no apple in it.
That's not apple juice, no.
Is there any grape material in it?
I'm not going to tell you that. It's going to give you too much of a hint.
We're narrowing it down now. We've narrowed it down.
No, I haven't said it is. I haven't said it isn't.
Okay.
All right. So it is the New Year's Eve special today. And so just as like in the past, we've talked about different cruises or different things like that. Today, we're kind of going to go around the room and we're going to ask our commenters over there too. But what's your New Year's Eve recollection? What was it like maybe as you were a child? And what is your favorite or your most disastrous New Year's Eve that you might remember? And I didn't think we needed to send out a list for this because it's kind of a one question thing with 3 variables. But now, Chili, I know you might not be able to stay awake for the whole hour today.
Probably not.
We appreciate it, so we're going to let you, kind of jump in first. Do you remember the earliest or when New Year's Eve was significant to you? Do you have a memory of that?
Oh, I need to wake up to tell you that.
Yeah, Pete still.
Yes, actually, and I will say to answer Emily's question, how is Chili feeling today?
Uh-huh.
I have felt wonderful starting on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, yesterday, today. I feel fabulous. All the chemo side effects are gone, with the exception of the hair. And this was the hair day.
That's gone too.
Which it's been emotional. But it has nothing to do with feelings. So I feel fine. It just, that's part of it's done. Yeah. So my grandmother, now I'm going back 100 years ago, right? Who was the Republican chairwoman of Virginia, of all things, from me.
Yeah.
But when my parents would go out and party on New Year's Eve, I had to go to my grandmother's and spend the night.
Now, what decade are we talking about here?
We're talking about in the 50s, early 50s.
Okay. So you're about 6 years old then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So part of her shtick is that every New Year's Eve you had to cook a big pot of black-eyed peas and hog jaws.
Jowls.
Yeah, just a nasty crap. That was the New Year's Eve thing. And it was awful. Every year I had to do that. So I hated New Year's Eve forever.
So not a big highlight to look forward to each year, right?
Oh no, I didn't become a highlight for me for years.
Wow. Wow. And do you remember how long was Grandma with you? When did she pass?
Wow. Granny lasted until like
You were
in
an
the
adult?
80s.
No kidding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
She lasted a long time. I was long gone.
Yeah, yeah. Pete, how about you? Your first memory of New Year's Eve, and
But
was
not
it
first
good?
memories, it's kind of crazy memories, I guess, is going to see the fireworks in two different places. One was going to see the fireworks in London,
Uh-huh.
because, we used to, our fireworks in London used to be awful, used to be really embarrassing. You see the whole world with their fireworks, it was incredible. And then they could come to London and it's just like, oh dear, I'm embarrassed. We went from the worst to probably the best, which was, and that was Boris, actually, I think it was, when he was mayor of London, who did that. And so our fireworks were incredible. So I remember going down to London to watch the fireworks on New Year's Eve. I was there, Big Ben, had a great spot, enjoyed watching the fireworks, and then taking 3 hours to get home because I then went to leave and suddenly masses of people came on all over the place and the police penned us in. There was where I was, we were penned in and we weren't allowed to move. And so I was stuck there for hours. And the other crazy one is if you're ever in Hungary, oh my, right? I was in Budapest for New Year's Eve a few winters ago, and they don't have an organized fireworks display. I didn't know that, yeah. So we were there in town watching the fireworks going off, get ready for New Year's Eve. Then the New Year's Eve came, 12 o'clock came. They released the fireworks, but they were released by hand. And the next minute, these rockets are going past my head. I'm ducking, I'm diving, I'm on the floor. They're going, they weren't going up. They were literally going all past us. It was just complete chaos. So I'll never ever forget New Year's Eve in Budapest. I really won't, because that was absolute crazy. How one didn't hit me, I'll never know. So that's my crazy recollections of New Year's Eve.
Wow. Well, here on the farm, and remember, my folks were not, the big entertainment for my folks was that they were on a Thursday night bowling league. I mean, they didn't go out like to get, my mom loved to dance, but my dad kind of was not a dancer. And so, and I'm trying to deal with Kitty here. So come on now, you go over there. So to get to go out on New Year's Eve was a big deal for my mom. And we would always get one of the area babysitters, generally the Kraft girls, because there was like 14 kids in the Kraft family up there, most of them girls. So as the years went by, the next girl that was about in the 8th or 9th grade, Angie and Karen and whichever was so I don't remember which kids it was, but it was just a few years after Chili, because he's just 4 years older. How old are you? 72.
Yeah.
So I'm 69, so 3 years difference.
3 years.
But the big thing that we got to do was to make chocolate malted milks in the blender, because just about when I was young, Mom got a blender for Christmas, and to have that blender was by God, that was a neat thing. And so we would make chocolate. Jane and my sister got to, there was ice cream in the freezer and toppings, and we got to make chocolate milkshakes. And I remember that happened several years over that time. And, but finally, when I turned 16, I got to, drive, had a vehicle right away, and got to go out, and I would go and get extremely drunk.
At 16?
And my parents either were the coolest people on the planet or the dumbest. I'm not sure which. And we never did chat about that in my adult age. I never did sit down and have a chat about it. But I know that Cousin Leroy brought me home one night, and apparently he got into trouble the next day because my bottle of booze came rolling out under his car seat with his parents the next day. And I
remember, John, actually, you talk about getting drunk at that age. Yeah. I think I must have been, 12 maybe, whatever it was, New Year's Eve, and my brother's 10, and my parents just popped out just for half an hour.
Popped out? We'll just
pop out. To see our neighbours, our Italian neighbours who make wine, incredible actually. They made homemade wine. You know, and this homemade wine was just incredible, yeah. And they popped out for half an hour, and there was a bottle of that wine there, red wine, homemade Italian red wine.
Ooh.
And it was opened, of course, yeah. So I decided I was going to have a couple of glasses.
And for our listeners that don't know, when you make homemade wine, you probably make it it comes up with 4 times the alcohol that you get in store-bought wine, because wine is taxed based on the amount of alcohol in it. So they basically make it about 7 or 8, 9% alcohol because they don't want to pay the tax on it. But when we make it at home,
and before my parents came back, I'd had a couple of glasses, yeah. Never had alcohol before in my life. And we had the staircase going down to the front door. Someone rang the bell at the door, yeah. And apparently I did handstands down the stairs. Could you believe? I was doing cartwheels and stuff down the stairs. I was so drunk. And I got in big trouble. But I couldn't drink red wine after that for years. The next day I was so ill. It was really strong stuff. So yeah, getting drunk on red wine on Christmas, on New Year's Eve, I remember that. We've got a few messages. Do you want me to read them out, John?
I'm sorry, where are we?
We've got a few messages. Emily says whiskey. Yeah. No, it's not whiskey.
I had that up there. Yep.
Jack has given you the correct spelling for the cloth.
Muslin.
Yes. Ian broke his foot at 12:02. Ian, you did that today. Oh no.
No, that was in New York.
Oh, in New York.
Yeah.
2019. Wow. I bet you're not going to forget that one, Ian. Unbelievable.
We've gone down all these. We were ahead of you.
Okay. So you carry on then, John. I hate black-eyed pea. I'll get that one.
And by the way, folks, so you know, I'm not a big drinker. About 3 years into getting drunk on New Year's Eve, I got in the entertainment business. And basically, literally since then, I never drank on New Year's Eve because, as Chili will tell you,
we worked.
And New Year's Eve is what we consider amateur hour.
Yeah.
I mean, we just sat back and worked, whether I was entertaining or producing or doing something, and you just sat back and watched it happen, because that was not a night to... I've never actually really been out and had I did. When we first moved to Nashville, we were on the General Jackson. That's a riverboat that the Opryland Hotel owned. And it, goes up and down the river, and it's got a showroom in it. And the first year we were in Nashville, Lori and I and a couple other couples did the General Jackson on New Year's Eve. Probably my only actual night of being a tourist or being a candidate out in the field. So,
Sonny wants some of what I'm drinking. You definitely want some, Sonny.
Sonny, get on the...
And Gretchen's husband, he makes homemade wine. I bet it's amazing, Gretchen. Have you caught up with all the comments? Tom's here, Jack, obviously, Emily, 10 years. I'm sure you caught up with all the comments, but this is going down well. No one has got a clue what I'm drinking. Today's beverage is Mexican beer. Modelo Negra. It's a full-blooded dark beer.
Okay, we all need you to know something about our good friend Pete. Pete might be drinking beer, but he would not go the extra mile to bring in beer from Mexico to drink on our show. He would he's not that kind of a beer drinker. I just need you to know that. Of all the things...
Anybody would have thought that you sailed with me, John.
The last... 15, 16 years on New Year's Eve until last year.
Yeah.
I've done Winterfest up at Liberty, which is a Christian music rock concert for 2 nights. And of course did funnel cakes and lemonade up there.
Sure.
So that took us right up, till it was usually 2:00 in the morning before I got out of there on New Year's Day. So literally the last 20 years of my life, I was at Liberty.
I think everybody is going to be so happy on New Year's Eve this year just to go, bye-bye, 2020. Yeah. You're gone. Adios. Hasta luego. Gone.
I'm going to be at home. That'll be a new one for me. I've never been at home on New Year's Eve.
We want 2020 to go.
I think we should make Chili's phone number public, and we're just going to ring. Oh, even better. You know what? I could call into Chile, and then I can give you guys all different kinds of accesses. So whether you're in Europe or Antarctica or on the moon, I can give you a free way to call me, and I can bridge it over to Chile's line, and we'll just badger the heck out of him all New Year's Eve.
Yeah, that's exactly what I need.
Do you know something? New Year's Eve is also special for one other reason.
Yeah.
See if everybody can guess. Yeah.
Another reason for
Another reason. Yeah.
Is it country, family, or personal?
Personal.
Personal for Pete.
Hmm.
Okay, it isn't the year you didn't give up drinking on New Year's Eve one night, so we know that.
Not going to do that.
Okay. Okay, Chili, any ideas? Have you given us, should we know this if we'd have been paying attention?
No.
No, well then it's a little harder, you know.
Yeah, because I don't talk about it. That's why.
Was that the night you were circumcised?
There you go, Tom.
Yeah.
I think
The
you're
new
looking
dome.
Okay, I'll join you.
This is for
There you
Tom
go.
Henry.
There we
You're
go.
looking good there. That's
We're like 3 bald eagles.
yeah.
No, it's not that.
Okay, so something important in your life happened on
And
New
I'll
Year's-
give you a clue, yeah?
What
To
year?
celebrate it, Boris, he puts his fireworks all over London to celebrate, which is an incredible thing to do.
Is it Brexit that's happening?
No,
Not Brexit.
apparently it is happening, by the way, but yeah. But no, it's not that. That's not what. No, Boris puts his fireworks out to celebrate,
help me
which I
out
think is a
here.
wonderful thing to do.
What would he be celebrating?
He's not. He's
No, you
His
are.
birthday.
It's
who's that?
Are you
Yours.
You aren't born on the 31st, are you?
Correct.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
kidding.
I don't
Hear that.
publicize it. It won't come up on Facebook because I hide it. I don't want it coming up on Facebook,
yeah.
but I'm just telling the people out there. Yeah, it is actually, to be honest with you.
what
And
year?
the whole thing about it is the whole world celebrates with fireworks.
They
just
do
for
just
me.
for you. Yeah.
Just
What
for
year?
me.
What year, Pete?
Sorry?
What year? Truthfully, what year now? Not your stage birthday year, but what's your true year?
Am I really going to give that up? I'm younger than you guys.
I know, we know that. So
Okay, well, I'll ask our
55?
friends, yeah? What year do you think I was born then, in that
I'm
case?
guessing
Yeah?
55.
Wow, John, you're in big trouble. Guess what year it is, guys? Just put it, ladies, folks, put it in the comments. You know,
Is it-
and
am
be
I-
kind.
How am I close?
I'm not going to tell you, John, because I don't want to give it away. Yeah, but the whole world celebrates. I mean, I was really surprised. One year, I was watching TV, and the fireworks came on. I'm like, wow. Addison, you're wrong. Alison says 1962. Gretchen says 1962. I'm the baby here. 1974. Is that me, Emily? Margaret, 1968. Oh, I love you, Margaret. Alison, 1962. No. Oh, dear. Yeah. Well,
I think John's on the number.
of what?
55.
1955.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Emily thinks 1956. I'm not talking to you anymore, Emily.
Ah.
But you see, he's probably got two numbers. He's got the real number
And then
the
he's
show
got
business number.
he's got the show business number.
Yeah, you got to, haven't you? Higher or lower? Alison wants to play higher or lower. No way.
And I want you ladies to know that I have not made fun of you that know who Guy Lombardo is. I'm not saying a word about y'all. You know.
I was born in 1996. I'm the baby. 1996. Wow.
Seriously, Ian? You're 24 years old?
Yeah.
Oh, but you've got an old soul, I'll tell you what.
And hanging out with us.
And Ian, you've got all those cruising years ahead of you, man. That's wow. I wish I'd discovered cruising when I was your age. I really do. 1965. No. Jack, you're close. 1942. He's put. He thinks I'm a war baby, don't you, Jack? Yeah. 1959 by 15 days. No. Oh dear. I'm gonna let it go through. Yeah. So as I said, Boris, I watched the TV one day, and there they were, the fireworks. I'm like, wow, you didn't need to surprise me. And before that, Australia did it, and then you guys did it in America, and I'm like, wow, the whole world. I mean, that's just such a beautiful thing to do, and I really appreciate it.
So
But
do they count the cutoff for school? Is it on the first of the year, or when do they cut it off for when you can go to school, when you start school?
1st of September.
Oh, so you're not like right at the cutoff for that.
No, if I was 3 months. If I'd been born before September, I would have got off school a year earlier. It said that's my birth year, not Pete's, Jack. Okay. 1964. Emily thinks now she's trying to make up for the last one, aren't you, Emily? Yeah. Beats me if you're the baby. Yeah. Okay. I'm the baby of the bunch. Am I the baby of the bunch? I don't know. Maybe I'm not the baby of the bunch. Maybe I've had an easier life. I don't know. Maybe we just look younger in the UK than you do in America. You think that might be it? To do with our great climate that we have, that you love so much. Maybe the cloud climate helps make us look, keep the skin looking younger. I don't know.
I just wonder if we're going to find this out at all here today. I wonder.
Well, you will do if someone gets it correct, but nobody has, so I'm not.
Well, I think it's interesting, Pete, that you got political leaders with hair like you have.
Yeah.
I mean, far be it that we would have any political leaders with hair like that.
Yeah. Ian says a wonderful British Isles climate. Yeah. Tell me about it, Ian. 1963, Oh dear. Oh, this is good. No one's even guessed what I'm drinking. No one's even guessed what year I was born. 66. 66 Addison. Addison, of course, we all love Addison from Scotland. 1966, the year England won the World Cup. Sorry, Addison. I just had to say that. She's gonna kill me now. No. Do you know what? How many years are left? 64? No. 68? No. Wow. I think you've been through every single year. I'm glad no one's put 18 yet, by the way. 18 something, which is I'm quite proud of. Cheers with my drink that nobody knows what I'm drinking.
Pete, you got to answer the questions at some point.
I will do when I'll go, that's the correct answer. That's going to be my answer. Grapefruit tequila, no. I'm a man. Pete, you are indeed a man of mystery. 1898. Ian, you're close. I love it.
And it's almost time for him to get to the boat, John.
Yeah, do you think you're going to get it by the end of the show? 1958. Tom, what you like? No.
If we weren't right with 55,
I've drunk it.
Somebody else said 56.
Oh, Margaret's cheating. She's even trying to ask what decade. I'm not going to.
Did anybody say 57?
Emily, no, it's not 1960. I'm not going to answer you, Margaret. Is it the 60s decade? That's too obvious. It might not be. It might be later than that. You never know.
70s? No.
What do you think?
No, because we've seen pictures of you as a child. We can date the pictures.
Yeah.
We know when you started acting.
I don't think I've ever started. No one's ever accused me of being.
We did not make that accusation, so you cannot. That would be a dig, and we never.
Yeah.
No.
Oh dear. I was actually on TV yesterday. Funny enough, I missed it. Could you believe? I was on an episode of Father Ted. I was one of the priests on the plane, but I was sat at the back of the plane. So you don't see me.
Was it on yesterday?
It was on yesterday, repeated on the UK TV, and I missed it. Yeah. I was one of the priests on Father Ted episode of Father Ted. I'm at the back, and you don't see me till right near the end. You do see me there, and when we did that show, we hadn't even rehearsed it and didn't know what was going to happen, and did it to a live audience. It was a nightmare. It was so funny. We're trying to keep a straight face while we're sat on this plane. 1974, close, Emily. You're very close. Aquarius. No, I'm not
young. This has got to be his stage age.
Sunny, Aquarius. My birthday is New Year's Eve, and I'm not on Aquarius. No. 1959, no. 1959 again, no. Tom, you are a bit older than me, I think. Just about.
So are you a Capricorn? Is this still Capricorn time?
Well done, John. Yeah. We are Capricorn at the moment.
Because Jesus was a Capricorn. But are you, is it still Capricorn when you're born?
Yes, it was still
okay.
Capricorn.
Yeah, okay.
Except, yeah, cool Capricorns, recorders, whatever. Yeah, Jesus, a Capricorn as such. Well, depending when you think he was born and stuff, I guess.
Well, I understand that, but according to the
Yeah. So no one's going to guess. Ian loves Father Ted. Ian, do you know something? When we did that show, we didn't ever heard of it. It's the first series. We didn't know what the series was about, and we did a rehearsal in the daytime. Briefly skipped through it. Then they had a live audience come on, and so we were seeing it properly for the first time on the stage on that plane.
Oh wow!
And I kept hiding. I kept disappearing behind my seat because I couldn't keep a straight face. It was so funny. I was like, this show's amazing. And my mate was sat next to one of the main characters, and he was sat like that the whole episode, like that, trying not to laugh. Oh dear.
Who played the old priest? Who was the guy that was the old replaced priest?
Drink. You mean drink?
Yeah,
Drink.
yeah, but I mean, in real life, do you remember his name? But what a guy!
I don't know anything
What
about
a
actors.
guy he was.
Emma's here. Hey, Emma. Emma, two things. We've been trying to guess what I'm drinking. That's not going to help you, Emma, is it?
No, we haven't. Pete
Emma,
has been trying to get people to guess what he's drinking.
Emma, we've also been trying to guess. My birthday was on about New Year's Eve. I haven't told anyone that before, but we talked about it today. But what year? And no one's guessed my year. So, Emma, you tell us what you think my year was, yeah? And I'm going to do a top up, by the way, of my drink. Oh, look, can you see the top of the bottle? Ooh. Let's have a look. I'm definitely going to get drunk, by the way, because I don't drink. And this seems an impossible task. Thanks, Emma.
It's got to be sherry.
There we
of
go.
some type.
What is it?
I thought sherry didn't have that golden hue to it so much.
Emma's the closest so far. She thinks I was
Frank
born in
Kelly.
1990. Emma
Thank
thinks
you,
I was
Ian.
born in 1994. Very close, Emma. Sonny's going 1973. Cheers. Cold tea.
Hey, John.
It's not
Pete,
cold tea.
look, I'm born in the 40s. You're born in the 50s. Pete's got to be born in the 50s.
Well, Katie thinks 1952. Cheers, Emma. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year. No. And no one's guessed what I'm drinking. It isn't brandy. It is. I mean, that wouldn't be a great brandy, would it? Looking at the color of it.
I have no idea.
Tom, he cannot afford an 1891 Scotch. He's a laid-off movie star.
Yeah.
Correct.
You can reverse the numbers there. You could say a 1981, not even a 1981 Scotch. No.
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 There's no way I'm going to go out and buy that. 1956. Now, rum. Margaret thinks rum. No.
No, it's too.
Well, but it could be because it's kind of Christmassy, you know. Rum. They told
Rum-a-dum-dum.
me. Rum-pa-pum, rum.
Huh?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I've completely got
Cheers,
your back now, haven't I, guys? John, you're controlling this show. Ladies here, by the way. Hi, lady.
Oh, lady
lady.
showed up. Hey, thank you. Thank you.
I completely got off track, John, haven't I?
We're trying to figure out how old Pete is, everyone. If you haven't figured out yet, we would like to figure this out.
And somebody please get it because it's 30 minutes and he's still into the boat.
We haven't got to the ship. We're not even on the ramp yet. So
Ian thinks it's Havana Club from my trip to the Caribbean Princess to the islands. No, it's not. I would love it to be Havana Club, actually, to be honest with you, Ian. And I love Cuba. That's the most incredible place I've ever been. Isabella, Wesley.
Oh, we got more?
Now, can I just say something?
Isabella,
I told a story.
that's somebody new for us.
I told a story earlier, about getting drunk when I was 12 years old on a bottle of homemade wine made by this lovely Italian family around the corner. It was the Wesleys. It's Isabella.
Oh.
Yeah. How amazing is that? Yeah. From their lovely mother, who's still going strong. And the incredible dad used to make this amazing homemade wine, which I nicked a couple of glasses when my mum was round your place, Isabella. And I got extremely drunk on New Year's Eve and did handstands and cartwheels down the stairs when I was 12. So, yeah. There we go. What a small world.
I think his memory says handstands, but I'm seeing more of a kind of a slide and a bump, bump,
Oh,
bump,
yeah.
bump, bump.
And still no one's got, your next door neighbors made homemade wine. Yes, they did. Italian family, wonderful Italian family. And they made this incredible homemade wine, but it was so strong. Oh my.
Did they make good Italian food?
Oh, what do you think?
Oh.
And Polish as well. Yeah, wonderful.
I got to tell you, my friend Chuck, we lived in California. Well, he's from Crookston, but we lived out in California at the same time. And we always described Mexican food as bad Italian food. That was our description. Where are we going tonight? Oh, Casa Grande. Oh, bad Italian food. Yeah. So,
Isabella says, funny days. They were incredible days. And Isabella, they're all trying to guess how old I am, what year I was born. Yeah, you probably have got a good idea, but don't tell them.
Now, Isabella, we're going for his true age, not his stage age.
But please say hello to your wonderful family, especially your mother, who's still going strong now, which is incredible. Alison, it's not cider. It looks like I've just been to the bathroom, doesn't it, actually?
I think it's sherry.
Isabella said the best spaghetti. Absolutely.
It might be Cassandra. If it's not sherry, it might be Cassandra.
Well, I haven't said what it is and what it isn't, John.
I'm sorry?
I haven't said that.
But you keep telling me you won't answer if it's grapes or not.
No, of course I'm not going to answer that. You've got to be exact. You've got to get it correct.
Chardonnay.
No, it's not Chardonnay. No. Were you going to do anything on this show, by the way, apart from me completely getting
It's
you
our
off
New Year's Eve show. I have a list of questions.
You've been running your mouth for 40 minutes now. Nobody's been able to get a word in edgewise.
I know.
And so far, we know absolutely nothing.
You don't. You got no idea what I'm drinking and no idea when I was born. I love it.
And don't care.
Oh, dear. Cheers. Oh, dear. Oh, I give up. Plum wine. No. Jameson. No.
Okay, Isabella, I have to ask you, do you like spaghetti that's like hard from the box, or do you like homemade spaghetti that never, dried out and got, because to me, I'm to the point now where I like pasta that I've made myself, and then I cook it myself, and I have control of it from the egg to the plate. So,
do you want me to give up what I'm drinking?
No, we want you to give up when you were born.
Well, I will do if someone gets it correct.
Well, how do you know it hasn't gone by here while you've been
Because I've watched every
contemplating?
single one and not one person's got it correct, which is amazing.
Okay.
I'll give you credit. It's like me picking the lottery numbers out, yeah? I always make sure the one number that comes out I don't get. Oh, dear.
Okay,
Homemade
just
is
answer
best.
me this.
What?
Okay, is it in what I put up there on the Cruise Amigos? Is it in the list there of what I put up there?
You would hope so, wouldn't you, really?
Well, I just wanted to narrow it down.
Yeah, you've narrowed it down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 0. Yeah, you've narrowed it down.
Okay, you're sure it's in there?
It's not green tea. Tom, that's definitely not green. I can see what you mean, but it's not green tea, no. It is alcoholic. Okay, I'll give you that much of a clue now because I think you will need it.
It's cooking sherry.
Isabella, oh, that's interesting. Isabella said, I like it how my mama made a dough pasta. You're never going to beat the homemade pasta from the family. I know that. You're getting close, guys.
Okay, is this the first to? Why does it not go up right away when I click it here?
Tom, I haven't got a clue what you're written, but I wasn't born in Roman times. If that's what you're trying to hint.
Is that the first two?
Hard 19, yeah, correct. It was the year 19 something, wasn't 18. It's not hard cider, Katie. I'd like it to be scrumpy. Have you heard of Scrumpy, by the way, guys?
Scrumpy?
Yeah.
Wasn't he in the Little Rascals? Wasn't he one of the guys in the Little Rascals?
No, Scrumpy is a cider from the West Country. You don't want to drink it. It is seriously strong. And you can mix it with beer. and a lot of pubs ban you from having half scrumpy and half beer because it completely knocks you out. If it was scrumpy, I would be on the floor by now.
Is this the next number?
I'm not going to tell you, John, because that's getting too close. You're going to have to guess the whole year. I think you're going to want to move on, don't you? We want to not talk about my year and my drink. That was a bunch of other numbers, John. I'm going to show you now, yeah, so we can move on, yeah? Are you ready? You ready?
Yes.
Pale cream sherry.
Yes.
I said all along it was sherry.
You said, you didn't say it was that sherry. You said it was dark sherry, and it's not. It's pale cream
Tom.
sherry. I wish it was port, by the way. I love port. Okay,
Well, you know what they say, any port in a storm.
Moonshine, yeah. And it's also, just to let you know, it's real cheap stuff, yeah. So, from Asda. And if you look it up, that is a cheap bottle of sherry. Sad, isn't it? Yeah, Ian. Oh,
So
dear.
Pete's about getting plastered on cheap sherry.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think there's more alcohol in the brandy butter with my Christmas pudding than there was in that. Right. Do you want to get my age now? My year?
We already have your ear.
You don't have my year, and you got it wrong.
55.
It wasn't 55. Oh dear.
Oh, it's got to be pretty close.
It does look. Actually, Emily, for cheap crap pale sherry, it actually tastes pretty decent. To be honest with you, to be fair. Oh, shall I knock it back in one? Because you're not meant to drink sherry. You're meant to drink a little bit of sherry, yeah? So that's a little bit of sherry. Gone. Right. Ian, congratulations. Ian, we have a winner.
1961?
Yes.
Now, is that your theater age or your genetic birth age?
It's not my playing age. They call it. No, it was the year I was born. 1961. Yeah.
Well,
He is a young
you do
pup.
come off as more mature than a 60s child.
Yeah.
So you think I look older? That's what you're trying to say, yeah?
Yeah.
No, I thought so,
And he
yeah.
and
I'm serious, Pete. I thought you were, you were maybe 3 years
Because I have no hair.
younger
Yeah.
than John.
no,
Yeah.
not because of that. Just the
No.
way you carry yourself.
I
Yeah.
tease you about your hair.
Is Pete younger than Bruce? I don't know. All right, I've got a hope for it. I hope so. Good job, Ian. Yeah, absolutely, lady. Well done, Ian. You put everybody out of their misery, yeah? Katie's
Yeah,
1962.
Thank you, Ian.
But do you know what's good about New Year's Eve birthday, yeah? Do you know
We
what's good about
killed
it?
a whole show on that crap, Ian. I'm
There's
glad
one
you
fact
finally
about-
got it.
There's one fact about a New Year's Eve birthday, yeah? It's the only day of the year I can always say it's my birthday this year. Doesn't matter what day of the year it is, I can always say it's my birthday this year.
Oh, that's
Because come
wonderful.
January the 1st, it's my birthday this year. Cool.
Doesn't
Drink
that
some
work?
more sherry.
Doesn't that work for me too?
No, because it's your birthday next year when you've had your birthday. Yes, it is. What day's your birthday, John?
July 30th.
So on July the 31st, yeah, it won't be your birthday this year. It'll be your birthday next year.
But on January 1st, I can say,
No, but I can say every day of the year. Every
get it.
day of the year, it's my birthday this year. Pete's telling the truth. 1961 at school with his brother. See, I have proof from Isabella. Yeah. You know,
so
she knows.
you're not on social security yet.
You mean pension?
Is that, well, we call it social security in our country, but yeah.
Do I have a bus pass? No, not yet. I know you thought I might have had one, but no, I don't. And by the way, we used to be able to retire at 65. In my year, they've changed it to 67. So I've got to work 2 more years. Sods, you know. Keep drinking, Pete. Emily says, thanks, Emily.
I didn't know we had such a youngster on the team. Did you? This is a surprise to us.
I'm shocked.
I could actually call you guys dad, couldn't I? Hey, Dad.
With me, really close.
Big 59, Ian, I think. Says Tom, sorry. Oh, dear. A bus pass, yeah. Emily, yeah. You get a bus pass when you're 60, I think. And I've not got one yet. So 67 in Ireland as well, yeah.
But Emily, he's not in his early 60s.
Anyway, John, I've got a question.
Yeah.
What's today's show about?
It's all about Pete, apparently, because what's your blood type? Now we're going to start guessing that. Do you know your blood type?
No, I don't. I don't. I've got a clue.
I don't either.
It's sherry.
Yeah, it's alcohol. Alcohol. Oh, dear. I apologize, but we got there in the end.
No, nothing to apologize for.
Well, do you want me to go back to that crap sherry?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
What is?
See, I have the opposite problem. I
What's
bought
that?
my first liquor in a 21 age liquor store at 15, and the guy didn't even hesitate. He asked everybody in front of me and everybody behind me, and just took my order and didn't even think about it.
Alison says I had to be in the 60s if I was in Grange Hill. Grange Hill went for years, Alison. I mean, I didn't do a main bit in Grange Hill, but I did the second season. I used to hang out with Todd and that lot in the summer. So that was years ago. Yeah. So I haven't got a clue what blood type is. Sorry about that. But it's probably gone up a lot with the alcohol.
Wow.
Job.
I'm a bit speechless, and that's pretty weird for me.
Oh, dear. We got to wish our Pete. We got to wish everybody a happy New Year, haven't we? Because this is our last show of this year.
This is the last show of this year. But now, of course, Big Brother over there is going to be doing, hopefully, Tuesday, Thursday. No, Thursday. You won't do a Thursday show probably, huh? Just generally because of the holiday, or?
I probably will just to do it.
Okay. Well, we'll look forward to that because we'd like
my
to
regular thing Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Okay.
Although Tuesday is going to be one of those days where I'm going to be running like crazy because of the catheter business Tuesday morning.
Well,
but I'll be home in time to do the show like normal.
Oh.
We hope that you'll just have a sign up behind you saying it's gone. That's all we want to see is just a little piece of paper saying,
and a smile on my face.
Remember when we were kids, there was a song, Ding Dong, the Wicked Witch is dead. She's gone where the flowers
Do you know that song reached #1 in England?
Sure.
The week after Margaret Thatcher died.
But it obviously couldn't have been planned because it takes weeks and weeks to bring a song.
No, it was the week after she passed away. That song reached #1 in England. Could you believe? In the UK, yeah. They actually wouldn't play it on Top of the Pops.
Well,
it was insulting that Prime Minister.
I would not have on my radio station either. But
yeah, I know. It was true.
Wow.
#1 in the UK.
Oh my goodness.
Cheers.
What? Oh, I thought the bottle was empty.
Not yet.
Are you recycling now?
It might look like it's empty. Yeah, I could recycle. It's because it hardly looks like it. There you see, yeah. But you can see there's actually drink in there.
For all of you folks that have hung out for the last hour with us, I am so sorry.
We were going to do a show today, weren't we, John?
John had a fabulous show planned.
I've just been keeping the guests down in the bottom here, and they're looking at me like.
Oh, we got guests, by the way.
We had 3. He couldn't bring them on because you kept running your damn mouth.
He's joking, Pete. He's joking.
Oh, dear. I love it.
Hey, we got 6 minutes, so that's, let's take a moment, talk about New Year's resolutions, and we are just going to presume that Pete or that chili being healthy is everyone's primo New Year's resolution. So we're going to put that one aside, and let's just talk about not counting that one and not counting about COVID. What's our New Year's resolution?
Shall I start?
You start.
Get on a ship.
Okay.
I think basically get on a ship.
Okay.
Is my New Year's resolution. Any ship will do. I don't care.
right.
A rowing boat would do.
A
Any
hunky
ship.
dory? Would that be
Anything.
okay? Yeah. Okay.
Anything.
All right.
Yeah.
Chile.
I want to do my European tour as planned.
Good. So just have
That's
it go
my
ahead.
resolution. Let's get it done, get it everything taken care of, so I can be in October. I can be over there in Europe.
Fantastic.
Yeah. We'll drink to that one, Chili. I think everybody drinks to that one.
I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Mine
Go.
is that getting this out of here so that I can go and take a real sophisticated plane buyer with me to find the airplane that I want and get it up here so I can start taking lessons. You know, that's my dream. And so that I can't fly to see you, Pete. These small planes can't do that. But I could fly over to see Chile.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing about you people flying in Minnesota, John, is that you tend to land on motorways.
No, we tend not to. Statistically, more planes don't land on motorways than do.
But except in Minnesota.
I know of 3 in my lifetime. So
in Minnesota. Yeah, in Minnesota. It's all about you Google it, yeah. All these planes that land on motorways in Minnesota.
I only know of 2 in Minnesota. The 3 that I know of, 2 of them did it in Minnesota. So
there we go.
Statistically,
that's pretty up there, isn't it? You don't get many planes landing on motorways, but Minnesota. So John, you could be number 3.
But that's why I always carry a bomb when I travel, because it's 1 in 400 million, the odds that somebody's going to have a bomb on an airplane. But statistically, the chance of 2 bombs on an airplane is 1 in 63 billion.
You probably just got this video banned now, John.
A cherry bomb at Christmas time? They can't ban me for talking about a dessert like that.
Well, the next time you land on a motorway, John, yeah.
Hey, I don't know is it hilly where you are there, Chile, or is it you got a flat stretch?
I got some places we can land that sucker.
Wonderful.
Right out behind the house here.
Fantastic. I'll be there.
Yeah.
God, if I could, and that's my dream. Obviously, I will not land behind your house, but to be able to go somewhere and to say, I will be at the airport at approximately 3:15 this afternoon, that is a lifetime dream that I have finally got the gumption to try and do, and then this whole thing got in my way.
Be careful about wanting to fly, John. I've got to tell my favourite story of the whole year.
Don't tell a story, Pete. We're running out of time.
I'll be very quick. A pensioner in France, they had a surprise birthday party for this pensioner in France, and it was to go up in a French fighter jet. Yeah. And that surprise took lots to organise with the French military, yeah? And this poor old pensioner had no interest in going up on a plane, but it was a surprise. So the next minute, he's up on this fighter jet, yeah? Being taken up on a fighter jet. Of course, he's panicking. He doesn't know what the all's going on, yeah? And the next second, he has clicked eject. He's ejected himself out of the plane.
So
and
he had two experiences then.
The pensioner's gone. And of course, how do you explain that to the family? He's ejected himself out of the plane. Amazingly, he didn't eject the pilot, because apparently the pilot should have gone with him, but he didn't. And the pilot obviously landed, and they found the poor pensioner dazed, bruised, but alive in some bushes in France. And that was, I'll never forget that. So
he had 2 experiences then. He got to fly in a fighter jet.
Yeah.
And he got to get ejected and parachute. Yeah. It was a double.
And that happened in the crazy 2020, the crazy year. Google it; it's out there. Yeah, French
I just hope that when he landed, he had his mask on so that he was practicing social distancing.
I think he had a great time. Oh dear. Oh,
Happy New Year, everybody. We genuinely, and generally mean it. This has been working with you guys, the ups and downs, the craziness, the meeting the new people, the learning about the back office of transportation and traveling and cruising and the little ships that we were able to get tours of, with some of our guests, and Alaska and Lady Mora and all the things that she does. and our London friend that writes for the Times. What an
Emma Cruz
experience!
this.
And Emma, thank you. I'm just trying to pull everything out of my mind. But what an experience this has been. That a couple of years ago I would have said, you're crazy to say that I'm going to have that in these next years of my life. It has been a genuine joy and a blessing to have these experiences with you two guys making three, all of you listeners that are here with us now, and everyone else that has a chance to listen to us by way of this modern and extremely incredible technology. And all I can do is say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I just look forward to another year of adventures that we don't know where they're going to take us. We, of course, hope that they take us back to the big pond. But if they don't, we will survive this and we will get through and we will have those big adventures as life goes on. Thank you, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New
New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy cruising New Year 2021.